So the 150 gamer Will Minson will start in the middle against Giles. Giles just knocks it wide. Little chance for Stevens to get his hands on the football in today.
He looks to be running around with Rob Murphy.
Satanta clean possession, not sure about that handball. Across to Shield, umpire said it's okay, and that's good from GWS. They're up and about, they've got the first. So a bit unlucky, and eventually it comes out to Bob Murphy. He got it across from Jason Tutt, who's back in the team this week. And that's a free kick for Liam Jones. And now 50. So Jones then to get the first for the Bulldogs. And it's a goal apiece in Canberra. And, of course, fluent in German as well.
Not a set of skill sets you usually sort of put in the same sentence. Fish, saxophone and German.
Well, here's a turnover. This is very handy for the Bulldogs. Rolling, bouncing, and Cameron has kicked a goal.
He's had a remarkable start to his career as the Dogs work through Dalhouse and over the top. A chance for McRae. Now, this should be Tutt, who can just go long. It's a terrific finish from the man that comes back into the side this afternoon. So the 22-year-old gets the second for the Dogs. Give was given, Cordy was the giver, and then Stringer to dangerous territory again. Dixon can run onto this. Can he get his hands on the football? He has to duck back onto the right boot, might use the hands. Now, Dalhouse can normally finish, and this time he does. Well done, the Dogs. They get their third, and they get the lead back. 5 points to the Dogs. I remember calling his first game last year. He burst onto the scene with 4 goals in 3 quarters. It's been tougher since to get goals for Clay, but he is a footballer for the long haul, you suggest, for the Dogs, as O'Halpin just sort of marks his turf. The little shuffle, 55. It's okay accuracy-wise, I think. Oh, he's got everything. Here we go. What's he going to do?
Oh, he's off.
He's coming. You know what he's doing? He's getting some equipment to celebrate. Whitfield has to wait a long time. Did well in the end, Whitfield. And then took off. Well, that was interesting, wasn't it? Because he mustn't have been behind the mark. Unanimous choice to go 1 in the draft, and he's only missed the 1 game this year. Just kicked 3 goals. He's now kicked 4. The Giants, they've got their noses in front by the narrowest of margins. So Devon Smith just buys himself some time, and around the corner it goes. Bounce! How does it bounce? He needed the off in. He got it. Absolutely sensational. The Giants skip away to 8. Dixon not able to. He's got good recovery. Dixon off the ground. He's pushed out of it by Hampton. He'll get the free kick. He's a very good set shot, Dixon. So the second year for Tory Dixon, just his 5th game this year. He would love a goal, so would the Dogs, and he delivers. So it tightens up again, the Giants, by just a couple of points. It's Dixon and Cordy, and well, Stringer's there too. He might end up on the end of all of this, and Stringer around the body bounces, and it bounces beautifully. Dogs, they're back in front. You've got Smith and Tomlinson coming at him. Takes 1 bounce. Arches the back now to Stevens. He's going to run into trouble. He's got Wallace. He's going to use him by hand. Inside 50. Wallace, an ugly sort of a ball off the boot. It is effective nonetheless. And Wallace pushes it out to a 2-goal lead to the Dogs.
Wants to be careful, though, doesn't he, Taylor Adams? A little careless with the arms. So now it's the job of GWS to respond. They end up with it through Scully, long down to Cameron, and he marks. Cameron kicked the opening goal of the game, and he's made it 2. Back to a 6-point ball game.
The Giants find themselves deep into the 3rd term and right into this game. Well, that's unusual. Bob Murphy, normally a beautiful kick of the football for the day so far. This, such an important kick. It looks like he struck. He struck it beautifully, and then the breeze has been difficult. Andrew Welsh has told us that all day. But Shield manages it, and the score's a level.
After the slip over, Adams sends it long. Giles, she had a good purchase on that footy. Probably wishing he did better there. Tutt, and then a high tackle. So Smith now to give them an 8-point lead. Kick on its way. GWS. It might be their day.
See what happens here, Phil, as Griffin goes inside 50, front spot, Stringer takes the mark, and he'll have a set shot, you would think. No, quickly plays on. Is there a loose man on? There is. Jan Siracusa. He is a deadly kick at goal. So Giants Syracuse to bring it back to within 2 points, and he does. He splits the middle. So a run of 3 goals to the Giants, broken by the old dog.
So Bulldogs, half forward. Yeah, the co-captain, he'll be back soon. And I tell you what, GWS, well and truly back towards deep into the third term. We're not far away from three-quarter time. He kicked 2 last week. He's kicking for 2.
And it's the same celebration.
Straight off. That's a celebration of sorts.
Minson slaps the ball to a bit of space. This might work out okay. Around the corner, Clay Smith, as he finished, he has. That was clever. Absolutely terrific. Minson, he saw the space and Smith ran into it. Sees a runner wide in Treloar. Takes a bounce, takes a few on and continues to run. 3 bounces now. Griffin hard on his hammer. Watkins Shield, who gets front spot, lost his opponent, which was Cooney. And Shield, who's got a couple. So a great view of what he sees in front of him. He kicks the ball perfectly. The wind's got hold of it, but it sails through. And the Giants, they push it out to an 8-point lead.
Who sends an interesting ball. It was a floater inside 50. Chance now, they gather. Swinging around his Tuts, and he's kicked a goal. They're back in at the Doggies.
That's going to be okay. No. Yes, holding the ball. So the Dogs here from 20 out will get another opportunity. So John Syracuse makes good decisions most of the time, and that is perfect. Dogs back in front. Gia has 2.
Can he finish it off with a goal? He steps inside 50. There'll be a marking contest, or will the ball hasn't been touched? Now Cameron, he can dish the handball or go alone. Cameron has kicked his second.
Right there.
A really important moments right now for the Giants and the Dogs. Giants, Syracuse, Haynes and Jones. He gets front spot against Moore and he clucks the ball 35 out. So he's set it on its way, and the Dogs fans behind the goals get excited. So suddenly the Dogs are back in front.
Right on the line.
7 lead changes now, and 3 of the last 4 to the Doggies. Will Minson, he got it from Wallace. He sends it inside 50, and is that a mark to Gia? Yes.
Set him up.
When you play in front like G has on that occasion, you've got a conversion rate of 13-3. It's a good start.
He kicked 3 last week. This to make it 3 consecutive weeks. He's done it. And now it's a 10-point lead for the Doggies.
Maybe Cameron over the top. Now Murphy. A chance you would think. The Whitfield give was good. Can Hoskin Elliott finish late on the... He can. So suddenly we're back to within 4 points. And no one knows how much time is left. Which side will deal with the moment, handle the occasion best? Again, Liberatore, the little give, they push it forward. Hampton, ugly sort of a bounce, and the Dogs get home. The Giants led at quarter time, half time, and 3/4 time. But when it matters most, the Dogs lead. They sneak home by 4 points.